What's happening, y'all? This is Jacoy, and we're right here at the Gary International Black Film Festival, where their motto is, get inside the film, get outside yourself. All right, y'all, this is your man Jacoy. I'm back here at the Gary International Black Film Festival, and I'm here with one of the committee people here that you all may recognize, but if you don't, you soon will, because this lady's outstanding, do all kind of things in the community. So let me introduce you to Tony Simpson. So this has been around about 7 years?
7 years.
So how many films do you think you will probably screen over those 7 years?
7 times 40.
Wow.
7 times 40.
Who are some of the directors and like people from around the country that have been involved in this project that people may recognize?
Well, everyone recognizes now, of course, Miss Ava DuVernay, and she was here our very first year, and we are still a part of the Array family. We are so proud of Miss Ava, and as you know, on her Queen Sugar, I should say, on a Queen Sugar episode, she's utilizing many female filmmakers, and most of those filmmakers that she's using now, Victoria Mahoney, they were all here. And so she's reaching back, or I should say she's reached back, and she's bringing everyone up that has been on the circuit with her from day one, and I think that's huge.
So if someone wants to put their film into this film festival, how would they go about doing so?
Go to www.garyblackfilmfest.org, go to our submission site, and we're not doing submissions now, but we generally start around March and May.
You know, you are such a wonderful person, and she has me over here sweating because of all this energy that she has.
Just all this chocolate over here, that's all.
Hello, my name is Terrence Thompson, and the name of my film is Drive Slow. It's actually titled after a song by a rapper named Kanye West. The song, to me, is really about trying to find a way to maintain your innocence in an environment that kind of forces you to grow up, you know? Like in the song, he constantly says, you know, don't rush to get grown, drive slow. And the story I want to tell using my film is about a group of teens who live on the south side of Chicago that, you know, deal with that on a regular basis of kind of rushing to grow up because the environment kind of forces you to, and the things that you're exposed to at an early age, and trying to maintain that innocence despite that, you know, is a really important theme in the film. I think the film is definitely for multiple audiences. While it's geared and from the perspective of young folks, I think it's very insightful for older generations to kind of see us in a light that we're not really typically seen in media. So yes, I do want it to speak to both generations, but through the voices of young folks, because I think those are often the voices that get most misunderstood in the conversation and the least heard. I was very fascinated by writing at a very young age. I got into just writing like tiny stories and poems and stuff like that, but I think one of the biggest motivations, I saw one of my bigger cousins, my older cousin, kind of taking the lead and like creating like these stories with like his action figures, and he would film them, and just kind of watching him do that inspired me a lot as a kid. And then my father having a video camera inspired me as well, because I just would play around with it when I was bored and make stuff. And once I got to grammar school, I ended up getting into a program that kind of fostered, you know, kids trying to engage with digital media technology, and I just got exposure, you know, on the south side of this program, and all those little, you know, dominoes kind of fell into like a career for me, you know. But yeah, it's just really fate, I think, that got me into filmmaking for sure. And I think it's so important for somebody that wants to be in film to be willing to learn about each department and the departments that they don't necessarily like, and work in those jobs on set that they don't necessarily interest them, you know, directly, but just to learn from those experiences. And you literally have to just soak up every single last experience, every single last connection, and kind of mold them all together in order to get any type of success. So it's really just being willing to like stretch yourself, you know, past your comfort zone and your desired zone of where you think you want to be, and you have to be willing to accept that what you think you want to do in this industry might not be what you're meant to do in this industry. You might be meant to do a different job, and just being willing and open to that is a big part.
Hello, I am Jania Frederica Ponte, writer-director, and here with the film 90 Days.
I am Sola Ponte. We just met. I am the producer and executive producer of the same film, 90 Days. 90daysthefilm.com for more information.
So how did this project come about for you two?
A really good friend of mine, Nathan Hale Williams, is a writer, and he called me. He had this amazing script, and he said, Jania, I want you to read this. And I read the script. I loved it, and I said, oh my God, I want to direct it. And he was like, I want to direct it, and we went back and forth, and then finally I said, well, why don't we direct it together? Right. So it worked out, and I got to do all the production design, the costume design, and I started as an actor. And I say acting was really my gateway drug to getting behind the camera, because doing everything in terms of movie making satisfies all of my artistic stuff, because I love design, I love fashion, I love storytelling. So it's really something I love. As a kid, I wanted to act, and I wanted to be an interior designer, and I wanted to make clothes. So
Just creative.
yeah, and I started writing at 7, so it was always something creative for me.
We pulled in Tiana Paris through a phone call. We met Tiana at NAACP Image Awards a year prior, and reached out to her manager. She loved the film. She loved the script, I should say. And she took a chance with us, and she was really happy with the result. And then Nick Few, our lead man, he brought Pauletta Washington. He had just done a previous film with Pauletta, and brought her to the table. She read the script, and she loved it. And then we're friends with V. Bozeman, the singer V. Bozeman, who makes a cameo appearance at the top. The subject matter in the film, I'm not going to give it away, lends itself to interest of organizations that want to help this story get told, because it is an important story for our community.
It's an amazing story for our community.
Thank you so much, and such a timely one. And so we got the word out. We did a little Indiegogo crowdfunding campaign to kind of help promote it, which attracted one of our sponsors. But we did get some significant sponsorship, and we put that money up on the screen, man, and made it look real nice.
So they said that you had 16 pages, right?
Yeah, 16-page script, and we shot it in 5 days.
And how long is the film?
20 minutes.
20 minutes.
Okay, 19, 20 minutes.
Yeah, no, it was longer. It was like 19, 20 pages.
Yeah, it was 19
So
pages.
I thought 16 was our other one.
19 pages.
Yeah, it was 19, 20 pages.
So each page almost about a minute. Is that how it works usually?
That's how it works.
Yeah, that's how it works. Page a minute.
I just have to say, dope living people out there, y'all might not be able to catch this, but his beard,
That beard, let me tell you something.
is
That beard
fleek.
is
Is fleek still a word? If
no.
it is, the beard is on fleek. You know, ladies, how we try to have our little eyebrows and makeup together. His beard is on
Beard
point.
game is strong.
Your beard game is strong.
Wow, I appreciate all of that. Hey, if I was light skinned, I would be blushing right now.
You ain't living unless you don't live.
Right,
Oh
amen.
man, my name's Stephen Hill, as we said. Not the one from BET though. I got a little beard envy right now though. Cause you know, my joint ain't coming in like that, you know.
Well, man, hey, I try to do
You
what I
gotta
do.
let me give me some moisturizing techniques or something.
Shea butter.
Oh, okay, cool.
A little bit about what this film is about.
So it's called Tales from Shaolin, Part 1, Shaky Dog. It's one of a trilogy. We haven't shot the other 2 yet, but it's from Ghostface Killer's album Fish Scale, and it's the second track on that album called Shaky Dog, and it's about a drug heist that goes horribly wrong, and we put a film to it. And all of Ghostface lyrics are the dialogue in the film. I've worked on a number of NYU film projects, and one of the filmmakers, a woman named Marquette Jones, who is also one of our producers on the film, she referred me to this up-and-coming film director. This is his first film, Louis A. Moore. And she was like, yeah, they got this project I think you would be really good for. And it's they want you to play Ghostface Killer. I was like, word? Like that sounds crazy. Like, yeah, like I'm gonna be the dark-skinned Ghostface Killer. You know what I mean? But yeah, we had to sit down, we talked about just hip hop for an hour before we even started talking about the film. And we had a mutual love of music and of hip hop and of Wu-Tang. And you know, and the film encompasses both Wu-Tang, like a Quentin Tarantino film, John Woo inspired, and also inspired by just kung fu, you know. So, you know, just like Wu-Tang is inspired by kung fu, we're inspired by Wu-Tang and kung fu. So we put that in the film. We didn't actually do it to make any money. I actually put money into the film. I'm a producer, one of the actors, and the casting director of the film. So,
what other projects do you have in the pipeline, or have you done in the past that you can share?
I was working this summer in Chicago on a film called Widows, Steve McQueen film with Viola Davis, Liam Neeson, Robert Duvall. I was working with Daniel Kaluuya a lot on that film. I'm currently working on a Netflix series called, it doesn't have a title just yet, but it stars Emma Stone and Jonah Hill.
That's awesome. So how can people catch up with you, find out, or know what's going on with you? I know you got Facebook, Twitter, Instagram.
Yeah, I got Facebook is just Stephen Hill. They say I can't add any more friends right now, so I gotta comb through and see who the fake, like the fake dot friends. Like, you know, you get the random chicks that you just click yes, and then, you know, next thing you know, they spamming you. I gotta take them out of there so I can add some more folks. But I'm on Twitter and Instagram as Stephen Hill ACTS, STEPHEN HILLACTS. So Stephen Hill acts. Hold on. Shea butter, what up?
And that leave-in conditioner that the wife has in the side.
Oh, you were using your lady.
Yeah, don't tell nobody. That's how you do. You know what I'm saying?
We ain't paying all that money for them products.
Absolutely, and it keep you all moisturized and everything.
We want people to escape the film. We want people to, you know, let go of all the stuff out on the outside world and come in and share ideas and dreams and thoughts and understand our complexity in different ways. And a lot of times we get so caught up in, I gotta go to work, I gotta pay these bills, you know, there's a pothole on my street, and the one thing that we don't do is spend any time just dreaming about possibilities.
You talk about how maybe you see that violence, and actually, you know, maybe you covered a little bit in the first question, but about kind of the reality versus the perception, but how you see it.
To an extent, I did feel, you know, like, am I perpetuating the narrative of violence in the city, you know? But at the same time, when I was writing this film, a kid that I was getting young with, who was a year younger than me, ended up, the time when I was writing the film, there was a kid that I went to when young with, he was a year younger than me, he ended up getting killed like 10 blocks away from where I live at the South Side. So, like, at the same time where I'm like, I need to make this film that talks about how, like, the South Side is what people think it is, then this kid I know dies, you know, so it's a hard line to walk.
How different is it to make a short film than a feature film, and what do you leave out in the short film?
It's a daunting task. You know, we dot the I's and cross the T's and make sure that, you know, it's a lot of work even making it short. I don't want people to think that, you know, you can just go home and pull out your iPhones and anybody can do it. It's quite challenging. But a short involves, you know, a beginning, middle, and end. What was great about, you know, these stories is that there was a beginning, middle, and end. And I think that's key in creating and telling a short story.
With shorts, you get they're normally left open, I think, because you have less time to tell the story. And our film actually is a left open film, right? It's like to be continued, you know? And it's supposed to be actually a trilogy. It's supposed to do 2 more. But I've been in films that like tie the bow for you at the end, and ones that we, you know, gift wrap here for you, the scissors over here, and the present is over here. You see all the ingredients, but it's just not all the way put together. I like them both, to be honest with you.
I'd like to bring Will Miller out, who is the Vice President of the Gary chapter of the NAACP, and tell us what this award is.
Well, this award is directly to Ms. Aponte, and we really want to do more than that, because in our partnership, we look at the films and we're just blown away every year with what you do, the images that you portray, that you give to us to contemplate and to learn and grow. So our plan is a little bit more in-depth and detailed, because we need to make sure that we impact our society, because we really have some things going on now. So we're just grateful to have you all here, to have her impacting not only our community, but throughout the world. So we're just thankful, and this is a Gary Branch Image Award, and to
Jania Frederique Aponte, whose film 90 Days appeared opening night.
We want to invite Mr. Aponte back during June. That's when we have our largest event, our lifetime membership banquet. And we do plan to network and do some things to show some of the images that you all have, because this is great. This is outstanding. And thank you for bringing it here to Gary.
This year, we will be giving out the first annual Gary International Black Film Festival Impact Award. This year's award winner, I am very proud and honored to say, is Mr. Melvin T. Blakely Jr. Melvin grew up in the Midtown area near 25th and Broadway. Any Midtown folks? Midtown, what? And graduated in 1990 from Gary Roosevelt High School and currently resides in South Bend, Indiana. He studied criminal justice and public safety management at Calumet College of St. Joseph, where he received his bachelor's degree in 2011. He was awarded the Indiana University Northwest Diversity Friendship Award. I wonder why. In 1999, he's also received the greatest honor in performing the security duty over the late Coretta Scott King. Mrs. King was the keynote speaker for the Terre Haute YWCA 13th Annual Women to Women Banquet. Melvin established the Toys Foundation. He's got a foundation. He established the Toys Foundation in 2009, which is headquartered in St. Louis, Missouri. And this community-based organization would produce events and reach out to youth and urban communities. He has hosted special events like police and firemen charity games, youth symposium, and adult and youth police academies, charity concerts, and Stop the Violence conferences. Mr. Blakely, you are doing the most. It says Gary International Black Film Festival Impact Award in honor of outstanding dedication to the community, the arts, and our mission. We present Melvin T. Blakely Jr. this certificate of recognition for his countless contributions to our festival.
I'd like to thank these guys for everything that they done for me. This is an honor, a great honor, and I feel like, you know, I live in South Bend, but I am a part of Gary. And the one thing I will say is a couple of times, I know Miss Tony, she called one time and we had a problem with getting security for the film festival, so I decided I was just gonna volunteer. And even days I wasn't assigned here, I made sure somebody was assigned and I was here at the same time watching the film festival. So I thank these guys that they became family. But I was a police officer here in 2015, and I left to embark on my new career in South Bend at IU, South Bend University. And during that time, I actually got pretty ill, and I had to have surgery, so I lost both legs, lost my fingers on this hand, and lost fingertips on this hand. And for a while, I couldn't be here, and I felt like, wow, I'm missing part of, you know, not just IU, but, you know, the Black Film Festival, because every time it was going on, and I'm serious, but it wasn't just a Black Film Festival. I used to meet Miss Tony because I used to also patrol her community. And anytime she had a problem, she would call me and say, hey, we got a vehicle out here, this suspicious vehicle, and you know, I made sure everything was taken care of. But I became friends with everybody, and I appreciate everything that they've done here. I think that this is something that should not be taken lightly. This is very nice, and I appreciate my family being here with me. Everybody stand. Like I said, I just appreciate everything. I appreciate everybody. I see some of my friends out there, so I appreciate everybody being here, and I think the film festival.
Kelly Chuko Winfrey was an activist, poet, and revolutionary. Killer Chicken, people have been asking me about Gary. Can you tell me about your city?
The news about my city always be on bullshit. We always get that murder cat rap like everywhere on every block is a trap like nobody knew they scholastics. We all gonna end up chalked out, wrapped in plastic antics. But as you hear my semantics, you can see that was purposely planted so it would be easier for you to take it for granted. But we in the G understand this. Your attitude controls your altitude and the aptitude of most of my dudes, even the ones that drop that.
When I see him, you know, it just messes me up. He was such an incredible force, not only in this town, but in our committee. Our first year that we, you know, decided to do the Gary International Black Film Festival, we got this email from a stranger named Kelachukwu Renfrey, and at first I couldn't even pronounce his name. I would just write, "Dear Mr. B-R-N-F-R-E." Kind of really don't know how to pronounce it. And basically he said, the things that I am doing in this town align with your mission, and I would like to see what it means to work with you. And from that moment on, Kelachukwu was a force on this team. I would like to bring up this year's winner of the Kelachukwu Renfrey Vanguard Award, Mr. Brandon Bowens, also known as Billboard B.
First I want to say thank you. It's an honor because I actually knew Kelly since we was teenagers. His mom and my mom grew up together, so it's an honor. I produced Kelly before in the studio, so I worked with him as an artist, as a friend, as a revolutionary, as I called him, and it was an honor to know him. So to get the award is an honor because, like I said, really I love music, but through music I ventured off into film, acting, stunts. You know, I just went everywhere with the entertainment. You know. Yes, well, I do driving stunts. I did Captain America, Civil War. I did a lot of driving stunts on that film, and quite a few other projects. But I just love the arts. So I come out and just inspired by other artists, seeing their work, and gives you ideas, and you see different talent, and it just inspires you. So I tell anyone, if you are an artist, don't let no one tell you you can't do it. Give that your energy. Stay focused, stay dedicated, and believe in yourself. Because people are gonna tell you can't do it until you do it. And then you're gonna get a whole bunch of fake friends and hanger on. So be dedicated, true to yourself, believe in you, and you can do it. And that's all I say, you know, just don't give up. If your dream is your dream, it's not your mother's dream, your father's dream, your boyfriend and girlfriend, it's your dream. So it's up to you to make your passion a reality. And that's all.
I've been involved with the project since its inception, and really what it came down to was trying to advance or increase the cultural currency of our community. Gary is rich, Gary is deep, and Gary is in need of cultural outlets. And that was the idea behind the Gary International Black Film Festival.
We just saw 90 Days and Night Shift. Loved both of them. Shot well, written well. Good job.
Very well acted, produced. Great camera work. Yeah.
So you enjoyed everything?
I loved it.
Definitely. I definitely enjoyed the themes that were set up and how they delivered it through the picture, so it was pretty dope.
We saw 90 Days and Night Shift.
And what did you think about that?
I thought they were great.
Yeah, they really addressed modern day issues, and it was, both of them are very good films.
Are you guys like avid film watchers or supporters?
I wouldn't say avid. David serves on the Urban League board with Vanessa Allen McLeod, and they're one of the partners here with the event. It's actually our first time here, so we're proud to be here and to go through it. We'll be back for future years, for sure.
Well, awesome. We appreciate you stopping by. How many times have you been to this festival that's been here in Gary?
Actually, since its inception, I think I missed last year and maybe one other year, but usually I come out to support. I feel that most of these films are actually better than some of the mainstream films, actually. I'm a big movie buff. Anyone who knows me knows that I go out to AMC, to the Portages, Portage 16s, and I should have stock. I spent so much money out there. But actually, these films have actually been a lot better. They're unique. Even the films tonight, the short films. They give unique concepts, things I never thought about. Even saw a film from a Gary resident. It's very, like I said, it's always very good, and always want to come and support my city.
Okay, then, so you had 4 tonight. Which one was your favorite tonight? Because I think most of them. I didn't see them all completely, but they were excellent movies. So which one's your favorite?
I would have to say the Wu-Tang, the movie, the Tales of Shaolin. Like that, I'm a big hip hop fan, so I'm very aware of Wu-Tang, and I like the concept of that. So that one, and also I would have to say it's actually 2, because the first one, 90 Days, was very inspirational. Not to give it away, but if you come out and see it, you'll understand. And like I said, that's the one that's done by the Gary resident. I can't think of her name right now, but definitely that's definitely a must.
And I'm here with one of the young filmmakers here tonight at the Gary International Black Film Festival here in Gary, Indiana. And first of all, tell them your name.
Nefertiti Abdul Malik.
And what is your role here at this film festival?
I'm an animator.
Really? So you draw cartoons?
I draw cartoons, yeah.
You have a project here tonight?
Yes, I do.
What's the name of it?
Light and Sound.
All right. So you drew everything, or tell me what did you have to do?
Yeah. I drew every single frame of the piece. Yeah.
So when you do animation, you have to, like, when you make a movement, you have to draw like a hand going like that. Is that how that works?
Well, what do you mean?
Like, okay, say if I'm moving, right? And I'm moving my hand, so you got to draw like the hand going, from state. Really?
And I even have to act it out too.
Wow.
So we're like actors, but acting through paper, kind of a thing.
So how long does it take you to do, say, the film? How long is it that the one you've done now?
The film that I submitted for the festival is about 2 minutes and 40 seconds.
So how long did that take you to create?
This film, this isn't a normal project, but this film took me about 2.5 years. And it was because I started on it when I was in school, and I stopped and did a few projects. But it was something I was really passionate about, so I had to finish it and show it to people.
So how did you get involved with this?
Well, I have an agency called Black Knight Agency, and Miss Tony Simpson asked me. I usually do the media for the film festival here, but she asked me. I'm a model, so she asked me if I was, if I was willing to do the fashion portion. And because I have a degree in advertising, I let my creativity just kick into high gear. So, did you get a chance to see and enjoy?
I didn't get a chance to see all of it, so that's what I was going to ask you. So, what were some of the the moments that were happening? Because when I came in, some were standing in different positions. People were taking pictures. They were standing still. They were like, pose, pose, pose. Yes. So what was the concept behind that?
Okay, the concept, initially we were doing mannequins, and they were doing mannequin poses to welcome in the guests and to also usher the guests to let them know that fashion and film, they go hand in hand. And also we wanted to be welcoming to the guests so that people knew that it's an event. They're part of this film. This is an event, and they're part of this moment in time. And so we wanted to I wanted to encapture everybody. And I think that I chose great models, and I think that they, they really did a great job.
The very first film that we showed was a film by a really quality filmmaker, but not well-known filmmaker named Ava DuVernay. Her film was I Will Follow, which was a really beautiful film about the loss of a loved one and how one takes time to heal and repair. You tread over old ground, you come back to new ground, you make relationships with your siblings. We had, in the first year, we had Chairman Fred Hampton Jr. Showed up and talked to us about his history and his family's legacy. And then we had this amazing film from a local filmmaker about Haiti right after the devastation the first time in Haiti. And we had a winning formula, a powerful opening night film, some really, really, really thoughtful films in the middle, and then end showcasing the work of a Gary filmmaker. So that's been the formula pretty much ever since. We went out and actually invited films to come to the festival, and now in year 7, this is the first year that all of our content was actually submitted by people from around the world. So this is pretty much all submitted content.
So how many films are in this festival?
There are 33 this year.
3 days, 33 films.
Thank you for bringing this type of project and event here to the city of Gary.
Well, thank you. It's a pleasure to do the work, and it's your festival. I mean, most of the stuff that's in this festival is because you asked for it. So, you know, enjoy.
Enjoy, and this is Dope Living TV, and we'll see you soon.